To complete your portfolio building, you're going to need the following supplies. You will need paper, watercolor paper for your cover. You're going to need 15 sheets of drawing paper, which will be handed to you. You will need a ruler, a pencil, a single hole punch, and 3 brass fasteners. To start assembling your book, we're going to take our cover pages, so you may have started decorating them or they're just blank watercolor pieces of paper. You will take your ruler and make a tick mark 1/2 inch in from the top and at the bottom. This is going to be our guiding line. Then you will line those 2 tick marks up with the ruler. You don't need to trace the line because it would just be erased eventually. And hold the ruler where you are. You want to make sure your 0 is at the top of the page, which will end up with your 12 at the very end of your paper. Make a dot at the 1 inch mark, the 6 inch mark, and the 11 inch mark. Once those tick marks are all set, you are going to want to take your second sheet of watercolor paper, which will be the back, and you are going to make sure that it is paired up so that it looks like a book cover if it's already decorated. If your watercolor paper is blank, it doesn't matter. Then you want to make sure the pages are as close together as possible so that the edges line up, and you will hover over each tick mark you made at the different inch marks and punch out a hole. Continue doing this for each of your tick marks, and you are going to end up with 3 punched out holes on your cover pages. Put those cover pages to the side, and you are going to grab 5 sheets of your filler paper. I wouldn't recommend doing any more than that because it's going to be hard to get the single hole punch through a really fat pile of paper. Now we are going to proceed and figure out our measurements for this section of paper. So obviously your holes need to be in the same exact spot. I will go over this slowly one more time. So at the 1/2 inch mark from the left side of your paper, you're going to make a tick mark at the top and the bottom of the page. Now you're going to line up your ruler again so that the 0 inch marker is at the top of the page and the 12 inch is at the bottom of the page, and it just matches up with where your tick marks are. Then go ahead and put more dots at the 1 inch mark, the 6 inch mark, and the 11 inch mark. You are now going to want to go ahead and make sure that your tick marks are clearly visible and that your edges of your paper line up nice and neat. You will then go back to using your single hole punch and put a hole punch over those 3 tick marks. Go ahead and put that section of paper to the side with your cover pages, and you're going to grab 5 more sheets of paper. We are now going to repeat the steps, but the video is going to go a little bit faster. Now that you have it all hole punched and ready to go, I want you to take all 3 of your sections of paper that have been hole punched, slam those together so they line the holes up as nicely as you can. They might not be perfect circles, but it's going to be enough for us to get the brass fasteners in. Then I want you to put your cover page on the top, so whatever your front cover is, and line up your back page to the back of your book. So now we have a book that we just need to bind. Our binding is going to be simple. We're going to take these brass fasteners and pop them through our holes. I'm starting with the middle so it just doesn't wiggle all over the place on me. You are going to then go flip to the back of the page and you will just press the little flaps down so it creates a nice tight area. Go ahead and do that for your other 2 fasteners so that we can hook those in and have a nice secure booklet. Now that your book is put together, you're going to use this for all of your projects in the class. Go through your cover page and see if there are any random pencil markings that you don't want there. I would erase those personally, but you can add more things to your cover as you go, or decorate if you haven't had a chance to do that. Enjoy your nice new portfolio sketchbook.